We're going to show you what a cornerback does in football. Now, the cornerback is the widest position on the field on the defense, okay? And we're not to get mixed up with the quarterback. Those two words often get mixed up. We're talking about the cornerback on defense. Now, this player has really two responsibilities, and it all depends on the coach's scheme, but they're either going to play man coverage or they're going to play zone coverage, okay? Man coverage is whenever they're responsible for covering the wide receiver that's across from them man to man, okay? So essentially wherever he goes, the cornerback will go. And this is really old school type of football, but it's played a lot, especially by teams like the New England Patriots in the NFL. They play a ton of man coverage, and it's essentially, I'm saying that my player is better than your player, okay? I'm going to follow him wherever he goes, and that way I can cover him, and then I can do more things with the other defensive players by eliminating that wide receiver. This technique, man-to-man, is extremely hard to play, and it takes a lot of talented defensive backs and cornerbacks to be able to play this position, okay? It's not an easy thing to do, but a lot of coaches will opt to do it when they're blitzing. So that's the first coverage, is just the man-to-man aspect of playing cornerback. Now, the second technique that cornerbacks will often play is zone coverage. Now, what zone coverage is essentially you're responsible for covering a part of a field, okay? And we'll actually link up, we did a whole video on zone coverages, which we'll link right here at the top. But essentially what it is that corner is responsible for either a third, a half, or even a fourth of the field, okay? And it's all depending on the coach's scheme and how he wants to break up all the other coverages. But zone coverage is relatively easy because you can play just your deep zone or your short zone, okay? And then any defender that comes in it, you just cover him, okay? So it's a lot easier and it's a lot less stress on the cornerback and on the defensive backs as a whole in order to play zone coverage. So that's the two types of coverages that corners do play, is man coverage and zone coverage. So those are the two types of coverages. And as far as a cornerback's body type and what they typically look like, you'll often see players that are either shorter and faster, that way they're able to cover receivers, or you'll see players that are a little bit longer, okay? Maybe they aren't as fast, they do have the length, that way it makes the quarterback throw a perfect ball in order to get over the longer corner. So it all depends on your scheme and system and the coach's scheme and system, but typically corners are faster players because they do have to keep up with wide receivers who are typically the fastest players on the offense as well. So if you do have any questions about the cornerbacks, let us know in the comment section below. We try to get to all the comments and questions.